To get over to the account section of your settings, simply go over to the admin panel and go down to where it says settings, click on it. And then on the next page, on your settings section, click on account. It's the last option. So now that we're here in the account area, we see all of the specific details about our account. In the very first part on the top, we see an account overview where it shows us how long we've been a member, our current monthly plan, and if our account status is active or otherwise. If we'd like to change our current plan from a trial or monthly membership plan to something else, we can go over to the left-hand side of the screen and click on Change Plan Type. So the first three options are the basic, professional, and unlimited, and their pricing is above. You'll notice the very first thing that they want you to see is that the transaction fee is different from one to the next. It gets lower as you upgrade your plan from 2% to 1% and finally to 0.5%. Other things that you get when you're moving upward are things like gift cards, professional reports, fraud analysis, abandoned cart recovery, and carrier calculated shipping if you go onwards to the unlimited plan. If you go down to the bottom of the page, you'll see the fourth option, which is a $14 a month starter plan, which is just fine for most people who have under 25 products and who don't have very large files. There is a 2% transaction fee, however, and you are limited in that you can't use any type of HTML or CSS editor. There is no discount code engine, and you get no phone support, as well as you're missing those things like gift cards and professional reports and so on that you would have to upgrade to a better plan to be able to get. So let's go back over to the account area by clicking on account and go down to the next section where we see this spot titled Sell Anywhere. So this is just letting you know that Shopify is a commerce platform that allows you to sell your products anywhere, and that we can have an online store, a retail store, and that we should take advantage of the Shopify apps that are helpful to store owners like us to sell products more easily and to help facilitate the marketing and sales process with our store. If we'd like to add the Shopify POS system, we can go ahead and click on this button over here in the middle, and then that'll take us directly to our option for adding a Shopify POS and iPad checkout system. This isn't something that you'll need though, being an online store, if that's all that you're going to be. The Shopify apps, this is where you can actually go ahead and click through and see all of the other apps that are available to you as a Shopify user. But you can always get to this section by going over to the admin panel and then actually clicking on the apps just above where it says settings. So going back to the account section, I'm going to go down to almost to the bottom, and we see the billing information. We haven't entered in our billing information just yet to buy themes, applications, or an upgraded Shopify plan, and when we're ready, we can go ahead and click on this to go through and add a credit card, or we can click on the button to the left and click on add a credit card over there. Scroll down to the next section with staff members. Over here is where you can add users to your Shopify store as a staff member. You'll see here on the right hand side the store members and staff members that are currently here, and all that it is so far is myself. So if I'd like to add a staff member, I can go ahead and on this left hand side over here, I can click on add a staff member. And once I do that, all that I have to do is put in their name, their last name, and their email address, and then I'll send an invite, and then that staff member will get an email into their inbox from this account, and it'll be letting them know that they've been chosen to be added as a staff member. And then once that process is finished, they'll be added right over here where you'll be able to see their information. Scrolling down to the next section, we see the invoices, which are created monthly, and they'll be emailed directly to the email address that you have on file for your account. You can also view your current invoice by clicking on this hyperlinked text right over here, and our next invoice is shown to us right over here that it'll be next month on the 6th in this year. Since we don't have any invoices, there's nothing yet shown over here, but once we have our first paid for bill, it will show up right over here in this section. So scroll down to the very bottom where you see that you can cancel or pause your store. So before you actually choose to pause your store or cancel your store, Shopify wants to make sure that you aren't pausing or closing your store down altogether for reasons like you couldn't complete a certain thing that you were trying to do, or if you couldn't fulfill certain things within your store because they were out of your capabilities. So that's why they ask you to find a Shopify expert before pulling the plug on your store. If, however, for some reason you do need to pause your store, you can go ahead and click Find Out More over here, and you'll be directed through exactly how to do that. You'll say, yes, I want to pause my store, and continue. If you want to close your store down for good, all you have to do is click on Close My Store over here, and then you'll actually go through and close your store. So that completes the account section of this course.